So last night is a really good example of why I like to day trade and get out of my positions and not hold them overnight. Because we had a huge drop last night and I really cannot see a reason for that to happen. Sometimes it just does. And if I had held on to a position at that point, I would have lost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. So to me, that seems like higher risk. And this is why I like short-term trades, be in and out very quickly and not hold on to positions while I'm not watching it. Anyway, so we can see that overnight, even though we're still in an uptrend, we had a big drop last night, so we're kind of waiting for it to bottom out because I do fully expect it to bounce off of some point and start going up again. And we can see that on the 1 hour chart, it went down to the blue SMA, which is the 180-day SMA, and it is right there at that point right now. And it's really, really close to the 38.2% Fibonacci line as well. Got a little bit further down there to go, but it's close. So it may be a little bit premature yet, but I went ahead and placed a long position order here, thinking that it would probably get up to, the gold line right there. Got filled and it immediately started going up. Might be a little bit big of a trade right there. It might peter out at this orange line. That's another resistance level that we see, which it's close to. Sure enough, it hit it and then dropped down. Still feel like it's probably going to go up, so I held on to that. The other thing to point out here, I drew a line in to show that the RSI on the main chart here is gaining momentum. This peak is higher than these peaks, but if you look at the price action that those are coordinating with, you can see the price action has dropped. So we have a little bit of a discrepancy here. And usually that's a pretty good sign that we are going to be seeing a turn very, very soon. And sometimes that's at opening bell, which we are about 3.5 minutes away from at this moment. So I'm fully expecting it to go up, and it probably will get up to that point. Just hasn't quite gotten there yet. Okay, that's looking very promising. And there we go. It went up and filled my order. So the first trade I made was 175. And we're waiting for the next good opportunity to get in. It broke through that pretty good. And actually I was thinking, well, it may or may not drop any further. It might get all the way up to this blue SMA here. And then I decided, no, MACD is looking like it's going to tip over. I just need to wait very patiently for a drop because I'm pretty sure it will. Okay, when it hit this orange SMA and kind of held right through there, that was my sign that I don't think it's going to drop any further than that. And I went ahead and got into another long position at this point. MACD is kind of high, but it's still looking decent. Okay, and I got out right at that blue SMA where I thought it was going to go. So the second trade I made was a good trade as well. A little over 100, I think. All right, now it broke through the blue SMA. And the RSI is in the oversold territory. Overbought territory. And we are looking at the longer term charts as very, very soon they're really turning up. The MACDs are really looking good for turning up. However, on the 15-minute chart here, we can see that the orange SMA is where we are now, and that is a pretty good resistance level. So we may be seeing that it's hit that at this moment. Went ahead and did a long position and am expecting a very small movement right here. I'm hoping that it will take it here in a second. And actually, I decided that I wanted to get out just right then and there. And so I placed a flatten order, which is this button up here. And in my experience, it's always canceled my other orders. But this time it didn't. And it filled an order that I had in, one of the limit orders that I had in. And so I actually placed an extra trade, and then it immediately got out of it again. So I lost like maybe $20 on that. I don't know. Not sure exactly why it did that, but at least I didn't lose a great deal. I did get out. I could see that this drop was coming, so I didn't hang on to that and didn't do too bad on that one. I had just gotten in prematurely up here. Okay, so now we're seeing that it might be holding at this level here, and I placed another long position order. This is looking good. Just have to wait for it to go up. Drop down a little bit and a little bit past my comfort level right through here. I was starting to get a little bit worried. And, you know, I've lost about half of my profits with this, so that was unfortunate. Just have to keep your head on straight, keep looking at the bigger picture and your MACDs, and I really think it's going to come back up. It just dropped a little further than I was hoping it would. So here we go. It's pretty exciting green candle scenario there, and it hit that and dropped down, hit it again. I'm really hoping it will get through it and break through it. That's good. Okay, now we're at one tick above where I got in, and still kind of hoping that it will get up a little bit further. I lowered that order to this last peak right here, hoping that would execute there, and it did. And it looks like it actually is going to get up to that peak. Hasn't quite gotten there yet. Very, very close. So decent trade on that one. Okay, and it kind of peaked out and then dropped back down. And then I decided at that point it probably was going to go up again, and I was going to make one more trade. There's a few more trades than I usually do, but I was pretty confident in where it was going, so got into a long position there. And my exit order is again up here at this peak. So the last peak it made actually was slightly below that one. So that's probably a little bit high where I have my order. We'll see. All right, and I did get out a little bit sooner than I had originally intended. I didn't get that order filled up here. It was just too high. But I did make a little bit on that last trade, $62 more. So I made 6 trades. One of them was I wouldn't call it a bad trade. I just lost money on that one. And then this was the accidental trade. Somehow it took it and then eliminated it altogether. So it just cost me a little bit of commissions on that one. So altogether, I did pretty well today. So not a bad profit margin. Thanks for joining me.